I am 76, and I regret moving to a nursing home. They told me this place would be safe. They told me I would be cared for, that I'd never be lonely, that here, in these walls, life would be easier. But at 76, after selling my house, packing up my books, my photographs, my memories, I moved into a nursing home. And today, I need to tell you the truth. Because I regret it. Not a little. Not sometimes. But every single day. And maybe you're watching this because you're thinking of putting a parent here. Maybe you're older yourself, wondering if this is your future. Or maybe you're just curious about what life inside really feels like. Wherever you are, I want you to listen closely. Because this isn't just my story. This is the story of thousands. And it's not the one you've been told. When you walk into a nursing home brochure, it feels like a promise. Bright photographs, smiling faces, words like community, care, independence. But when I walked into my room for the first time, the walls were bare, the window overlooked a parking lot, and the silence was so heavy it felt like a weight pressing against my chest. I thought, is this it? Is this where the rest of my life begins? Or where it ends? The first night, I couldn't sleep. I could hear the soft cries of someone down the hall. A nurse walked past my door without looking in. And I realized something that haunts me still. In here, you are not a person. You are a room number, a file, a body to be fed, washed, and managed. They call it care. But it doesn't feel like care. It feels like containment. I used to live in a small house with a garden. I had tomatoes, roses, even a bench where I'd sit with my wife before she passed. In the nursing home, there are no benches, no gardens that you can touch, just a lawn you're allowed to look at through glass. Freedom, shrunk to a rectangle view. At 76, I thought I was moving into comfort. Instead, I moved into absence. Absence of sound, of laughter, of spontaneity. Here, every hour is scheduled. Meals at 6, pills at 8, bed by 9. Life reduced to a routine designed for staff, not for the human spirit. And then, there's the loneliness. Ironically, you're surrounded by people, yet you've never felt more alone. We sit in a dining hall together, but the conversations are fragments. Someone forgets what they were saying. Another stares into space. We are together, but disconnected. I remember one afternoon, I sat across from a man who was once a schoolteacher. He told me about his students, his love of books, his passion for history. The next day, I greeted him, but he didn't recognize me, just a blank stare. And it hit me. This place is not about living. It's about waiting. Waiting for memory to fade. Waiting for visits that may never come. Waiting for the end. Now, don't misunderstand me. There are kind nurses here. People who do their best with what they have. But the system itself is broken. Too many patients, not enough hands. Too much paperwork, not enough listening. You ring a bell, and sometimes you wait 30 minutes for help. Imagine being in pain or needing the bathroom, and no one comes. Dignity slips away, one unanswered bell at a time. And dignity, that is the heart of it. That's what I regret losing most. At home, I was a man who cooked, who gardened, who read the newspaper on the porch. Here, I'm a patient, a case file, a body in a bed. People ask, why not leave? Why not go back home? The truth is complicated. My house is gone. My independence has eroded, little by little. They make you feel as if once you enter, there is no way back. You become dependent, not just on the care, but on the idea that you can no longer live without it. And so you stay. You stay, and you regret. You replay the decision every night before sleep. You think about the things you'd do differently if you had the chance. Maybe I would have hired someone to help me at home. Maybe I would have leaned on my neighbors. Maybe I would have fought harder to stay in my own space. But regret has no undo button. It just sits inside you, heavy, reminding you of what you lost. Experts call this institutionalization. It's when a place, designed to protect, slowly strips away the very things that make life worth living: freedom, choice, identity. And the truth is, most people outside don't see it. They see the surface, the clean floors, the meals on trays, the friendly brochures. But inside, the reality is quieter, sadder, heavier. And here's the most shocking part. The majority of people who live in nursing homes didn't choose it freely. They were convinced, persuaded by family, by doctors, by fear. Fear of falling, fear of being a burden, fear of the unknown. And fear, not choice, is what drives many of us through these doors. I am telling you this not for pity, but for truth. Because if you are younger, if you are caring for someone older, you need to know the choice matters. Where you live in your final years matters. The difference between aging with dignity and aging in despair can come down to one decision. And if you are older, listening to this now, know this: you have more power than they tell you, more strength than you believe. Don't let fear push you into giving up your independence too soon. Don't let a glossy brochure decide the rest or life. I am 76, and I regret moving to a nursing home. But my regret does not have to be your story. If you are listening, take this as a warning, but also as a plea. Fight for your independence as long as you can. Create support systems. Explore alternatives. Talk openly with your family. Because life, no matter your age, is more than safety. It is laughter, choice, surprise, and dignity. And once those are gone, no amount of scheduled meals or tidy rooms can replace them. So I'll end with this. Don't wait until the walls close in. Don't wait until freedom is something you remember instead of something you live. Choose life while you still can. And if one person watching this video takes that to heart, then maybe my regret will not have been for nothing.